Angie, Mama Badger.
I'm Sonny the Badger.
And welcome to our Badger's Den. We're going to do a recap. We just got asked to do our first ever poker run. And so we're going to go back through everything that we did. Right? Wrong?
Well, not everything,
Okay.
but kind of a synopsis.
I mean, let's roll that intro.
Rolling, 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 yeah. Hi guys, welcome back. Before we get started though, what we did before we did our poker run was we asked some people what they thought a poker run was. So here is the first person that answered that, and he'd actually never done a poker run.
Never done
so
one.
here is his version of what a poker run is.
Jim Richardson from Cape Coral out of Burlington Lodge, number 32 in New Jersey, and the Shrine out of West Hampton, New Jersey. Poker run is having designated locations, and each person that goes there gets an envelope with a card. And at the end of the run, the person with the best hand wins that poker run.
Why do we do a poker run? So what's the why? In this case, we were asked by the Cape Coral Chamber of Commerce, which is a non-for-profit themselves, but they chose also to have a portion of the proceeds go to the honor flight.
So before we actually did our poker run, we asked some other people about their version of a poker run and their whys. And here's a couple of those for you guys to see as well.
I'm Chase with Steel Horse Life magazine. Blending of all the people that bring it together to help raise money for a reasonable cause. The magazine, we do mainly veterans and that, but I also work with a bar that takes care of a lot of children. And I work a lot with the American Riders, American Legion, VFWs, all of them. They're all very strong and supportive of the magazine. We love them to death. They're our veterans.
So next, guys, was our beginning, our ending, and our stops in between. So we wanted to do something a little bit different, especially since we were working with the Chamber of Commerce, and the Chamber of Commerce is all about connecting the businesses with the community. So what we did was we decided to have vendors at the beginning and the end. Fortunately, our beginning and our end were at the same place. So we had people set up vendor booths so they could basically introduce their business to the biker community. And then at each location, we had vendors run the booths there. This did two things. One, the chamber is basically a volunteer organization, so we had to get less volunteers.
Yay!
Two, this gave the businesses the opportunity to talk to every single participant as they were playing the game and introduce their business to the biker community.
And why wouldn't they want to do that?
Win-win, right?
Yeah.
We get volunteers, they get to touch all of these potential customers. So that worked out really well. We hadn't heard of anybody doing that. That was just kind of a twist we put on it. But I will say this, it worked out really good.
It worked out great.
The feedback we got was really good from all of our vendors.
Yep.
So we highly recommend, if you have the
Highly
opportunity, do it this way.
So when it comes to the game portion of it, what game do you play? We've got different versions of that game, but here's what Chase says.
The object is to keep it as interesting as possible for the bikers. It's an old tradition, but it kind of gets boring to some people.
Okay, so like Chase said, we want to keep it interesting for the bikers, so there's different ways to do it. And how we decided to do the game was by...
So we decided to do it by chips. You draw chips. You draw 3 chips at each location. Each chip has a value. Here's the beauty of it. You don't know what the value is till the end of the actual poker run. The reason we did this was I've ran multiple poker runs, and what I always find is if I'm 3 stops in and I have a crappy hand, I have a less desire to actually go to the end. I may just hang out there and eat, have a beer, whatever that may be. Yeah. So what we wanted was we wanted everybody to want to come back and see what they scored. The other thing is we threw in wild chips. So we threw in a couple of wild chips at each location. So if you pulled that out, it had a special dollar value. One of the main reasons we did that was we wanted to avoid ties, right? So people pulling out the same chips and it actually ending in a tie. So the wilds kind of eliminated that, and I don't think we ended up with a single tie.
Again, here's some other ideas on what people did for poker runs, just give you more ideas on what you guys can do.
And I'm Jessica with the American Legion Riders, District 13 and Chapter 323.
I'm a proud veteran of ours. It depends on the poker run. Some people use beads.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
We did this for a poker run. Actually, we did a cancer for a poker run, and each stop we got a letter. and the cancer symbol.
And
So if you had to
whoever's name you
stop,
spelled, you had to date.
you just jealous I have another man on my vest.
Poker runs are done differently. Well, one of the ones that Steel Horse Life does is we do a blackjack run.
Okay.
And they actually go around, collect the chips, and then when they come out, we deal with blackjack hand.
All right, so next, guys, is the route. This, to me, is a very important part of a poker run because as many people as I talked to during our poker run, I told them one of our big deals was to have a nice route where you could ride. So our kickstands were up at 10:30. It ended at 3. We personally waited for everybody to leave, so we probably left about 11. We still ran the entire route and stopped and had lunch. And we were about 10 minutes after 3 when we got back. So
I like to talk a lot.
she does like to talk a lot. But anyway, what I'm saying is that gave us, make sure you give yourselves plenty of time. On the flip side, don't give yourself too much time because if people run it and they come back to the end and nothing's going on, then what are they going to stay for?
Yep.
So it's kind of a fine line. I recommend like running the route yourself so you kind of have an idea how long it takes. Then you figure each place is going to take a certain amount of time and people are going to eat lunch, right? So, but make sure there's a ride in there, right? We are bikers. We ride. That's what we want to do. So make sure you have a ride in your poker run.
Kat and John talking about how they lived in Ohio and now live in Florida, and you know, you need to make sure that it's conducive to the area that you are in.
The OH. So for poker runs up north,
They're different depending
different.
on what group or whatever's putting on.
yeah.
A lot of the local bars that would put on a poker run, you would get a actual poker card at each location, and then the best poker hand would win prizes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sunny, what would we have done differently?
So this was kind of out of our control, but one of the big things is we had ours in September. September in Florida is hot as Hades, and it's rainy season. We did luck out and we didn't get any rain, but that's rare that you wouldn't get any rain in September. So ideally, we were originally going to have this in March. March would be a great time, but we did have it in September, and that would be one thing I would change. What else?
If you have not noticed that we actually have a series, a poker run series that we did. So there's 7 different series talking about each thing that we just recapped on right now. So go check it out. Run.
Well, we created all those videos because this was our first ever poker run. We wanted to share that with you in case you wanted to set up a poker run. They're a great way to bring the community together. They're a great way to earn money for whatever charity you choose. And they're just a ton of fun, right? So we just wanted to share that so you guys might have a guideline if you're creating your own.
So we do have people that watch our videos, and a lot of times they comment and a lot of times they don't comment, but we would love your comments because that helps whoever's reading this to see what else has been done. So please put those comments down below for people to read.
And guys, if you want to support our channel or like all the content we do, be sure you hit the red subscribe button that's down here in the corner. Also, you can ring the bell icon if you want to be notified every time we upload a video. You can, of course, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, either way, and then leave your comments because, like she said, all those comments get read by the people watching these videos, and it can kind of give them some insights to what other people have experienced or are thinking.
All right, it's not just about the destination.
It's all about the ride.
Bye, guys. Blowing kisses, what?